since we are filming on Mother's Day.
Yes.
Am I the asshole for finally letting my children go as a Mother's Day gift to myself?
Oh.
This one was posted 13 hours ago.
Okay.
Ex-husband and his wife have been relentlessly pursuing me with smear campaigns for over a decade. They targeted my relationship that I had moved on with, and eventually they were successful. They broke up my second family. They targeted my mother, and my mother went along with them because she's always been that way anyway. They also have relentlessly pursued what I would call ownership of our children. And after about 14 years, I am just totally done. Literally, there was a period of time where I couldn't even post on social media without being doxxed, swatted, bullied, you named it. In all honesty, they're probably reading this post as well. This weekend, specifically, my adult kids were so awful to me, claiming to come visit for Mother's Day. Yet, they showed up and said they'd be leaving in a few to go to dinner with their father and stepmom, and maybe they'll come back afterwards. I had freed up a massive amount of time to be able to spend the evening with them and their little brother as well. They all expected me to dote on the 15 minutes they were allotting me, put on whatever they wanted on the TV, and basically didn't even acknowledge me in my own home. I was very upset and started crying. Immediately they began saying that's why they don't want to be around me. I yelled, I don't want children that don't ever want to be around me. So the adult children left, and then they took my actual child with them.
What?
I called my daughter and demanded she bring back my child. Did she respond? No. She says, are you going to press charges? I said no, and that I loved her, but it's a felony to take someone's child. They said they would go to breakfast with me the following morning. And guess what? They didn't. Trying to get together for their breakfast was just as much of a disaster, and my son was just as rude as the previous visit. On the phone, expecting me taken out to breakfast, I grabbed the phone and he got out of the car. I let him leave. I texted the two of them basically saying that I'd be removing them as my POA and as beneficiaries of anything having to do with me, and finally was going to change my last name back and let them just be free of me. My youngest and I went in and had breakfast peacefully. I love them, but I can't be abused anymore for literally existing as someone previously married to their father. Does this make me the asshole?
I feel like we don't have enough information. What does she do? Why do they hate her so much?
Apparently because her ex-husband and his new wife just talk shit on her all the time and
But
have
what does
painted
she
her in a bad light.
do? I'm just trying to see all sides here. What does she do to make him hate her? I don't think there should be any reason for abducting a child like that. That's insane.
Well, how old is this actual child?
Yeah. I don't know. This one, I feel like we need more information. This one's kind of tough. She
does comment a lot of replying to people. So I'm just trying to see if I can find some more information here. But yeah, this one was just man, I feel for her. Kids are just shit kids.
Yeah, it seems like they promised her Mother's Day and then I don't know, she cleared up her plans and everything. That's really sad. And then they're like, oh, we're not even going to hang out with you for Mother's Day weekend. We're going to go with your ex, with our dad. And
yeah, it's very weird. I wish there was a little bit more information on this one.
Right? Is there an overall vote yet or no?
No overall vote. Yeah, there's so many comments I'm trying to filter through, but there's so much. She's very, very active. Yeah, I can't really dive into all of that. But yeah, I just feel like she's very hurt that her kids are just treating her like shit and she's just done with them. And she's like, okay, bye.
And that's fair. If you did absolutely nothing wrong, it's definitely fair to cut them off for this scenario because they're treating you like shit. But I would just like to know why they're treating you like shit. I don't know.
Well, it sounds like that her ex-husband just has done just talk shit on her about for the last 14 years.
Yeah, but for what? What happened? I don't know, right?
I don't know. It'd be nice to know.
Yeah, because I don't know. I don't know.
Top comment, not the asshole. Just go no contact with them and concentrate on your younger child. Start dating and don't tell any of them. You deserve to have a life.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that.
With the information that we're given, not the asshole.
Yeah, unless she did something like super wrong or something. I don't know.
I mean, even regardless, if she did do something really wrong, the kids have their choice to also cut her off too. They shouldn't make her life like a living hell, regardless of what she's done. If she's done anything, they can just also cut her off and not mess with her like that.
Yeah, exactly. They don't have to be rude.
Yeah.
So there's one comment here. Somebody commented, because of the intolerable behavior of your ex-husband and his wife, you have had to make a tough but vital decision for your own well-being. OP replies and says, you are correct. I should have had this resolved all these years ago. My mistake. I do stand with my daughter, so much so that she overstepped her place by driving away from my house with my child. LOL. She has a wonderful life, and honestly, I hope she goes back to college this Monday and lives it to the fullest and never looks back. That's what was so crazy to me about this weekend. I was okay with not celebrating at all. My adult kids have good lives, and I don't expect them to be here at all. My youngest either. I thought it was his father's weekend. Then they all showed up and expect something. I'm not sure. I took my youngest and myself to a fancy Italian restaurant last week for Mother's Day, as I have no partner and my adult children don't live with me. I wasn't planning on anything, and I was okay with that. I was not okay with my children showing up and expecting everything to be like it was a few years ago, where I made plans and had people over and we would buy little gifts for their stepmom and grandmothers. There was just something especially cold and brutal about not expecting anything, then having my children show up and they expect me to be like the same mom I was when everyone was younger and still living under the same roof. Like they have no concept of me as a person, just the lady that does things for them.
Okay. That kind of gives more insight.
A little bit more, yeah.
Kids seem like a piece of shit.
Kids seem like they suck.
Yeah. Oh, man.
All right, let's just move along from this one.
All right.